Hello and welcome to Culture Shock, the pop culture podcast brought to you by four aging millennials and our outdated opinions. I'm your host, Corey, and today with me is...
I am vengeance. I am the night. I... Sorry, guys, I'm Adrian.
I'm a rich kid with issues, Diana. Lots of issues. I'm Doug, and I can't do a Batman impersonation.
I suppose it's just true what they say. Society's to blame. High society. And I'm Mike.
Now, when it comes to Saturday mornings in the 90s, there are a few things that buried themselves deep in our hearts and stayed forever. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Pokemon, so many other amazing shows. But for some of us millennials, one of them stands above all, and that is Batman the Animated Series. Not only did it give us arguably the best cartoon theme song of the 90s, and almost unarguably the best Joker of all time, but it also gave us the best Batman, live action or animated, undisputed in most of our opinions. Voiced by the amazing and talented Kevin Conroy. He may have left us too early in 2022, but his voice will never leave our memories. This episode is for you, Dark Knight.
I was gonna say let's just start the episode by addressing the elephant in the room. Mike doesn't have much experience with this series.
Outside of a couple episodes and a 3-minute recap of the entire series.
Which actually makes me want to ask you a question, Mike, since we're starting this with you because you haven't seen this much. What was your Saturday morning go-to show since you didn't really watch this?
This is going to be really sad, guys, but I didn't have cable when I was a kid.
Oh my God, that's right. I guess I slightly forgive you because
He was busy watching like the Dodge Cadillac Man. Or whatever.
The Dodge.
But I will say my knowledge from Batman the Animated Series is due to my brother. When we still lived at home with our dad, he bought the entire series on DVD. So he would watch it like a lot. So, whether in passing or, whether in passing or I was sitting there, just hanging out with him, we were watching it. So, that's how I got my experience with, Mark Hamill's Joker and, the whole, I believe, is it Tara Strong that voices Harley Quinn, or is it somebody else?
There were eventually two voice actresses, but Tara Strong, I think,
Sorkin is the one who started, I think, as Harley Quinn.
I think Tara
Strong is the one everyone knows.
Exactly.
Tara Strong took over because they did the first two seasons were Fox Kids, and then the third season, like 2 years later, was WB Kids. So it did change somewhere in there.
WW's like listen, bitches, that's our property.
So here's the really weird part. I never saw this Saturday mornings. I saw this right after Toonami at 6 p.m. on Cartoon Network.
Oh.
I mean,
it played. I'm sure it played multiple places.
Even as somebody who really didn't watch it, as a kid, I still knew the theme song. I knew the opening.
Yeah.
I knew you see like the shadow as the theme starts up, and there's Batman.
God,
and you just
damn,
fucking
lightning
knew.
strikes.
Now, I only said arguably the best theme song because there's also the Spider-Man theme song, the X-Men '97 theme song.
Yeah.
There are so many good ones. Even DBZ, Power Rangers. There were a lot of really good ones.
Buckethead did Power Rangers. God damn it.
Buckethead.
I don't know if we've ever brought this up because we've definitely talked about Danny Elfman's scores. Did you know you were talking about like New Wave? Did you know what group Danny Elfman was a part of?
Yes, Oingo Boingo.
Okay, yeah.
And
he was
they're
with them.
awful.
He was with them for 15 years. Because we've never brought that up. I'm surprised.
I
That
thought
has
we did
to
bring
come
it.
up.
We brought that up in the Spider-Man episode.
I
pretty
didn't
sure.
know.
Oh, did we?
This
Adrian,
is
you
all right,
were drunk.
guys. This is episode
Yeah.
70. We have to have talked about how bad Oingo Boingo is.
We've
before.
talked about Oingo Boingo. I don't know if we mentioned Danny Elfman with them.
I didn't know they lasted
Yeah.
15 years.
That's impressive. Did they even have a hit? I don't remember. I think they had one.
The Batman theme song.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's
Jack Skellington when he was singing.
in retrospect, why would I bring that up? We want to remember Danny Elfman in a positive light as a great composer.
Yeah. Now you were just reminded everybody that Oingo Boingo existed.
We're here to talk about Kevin Conroy.
That's true.
More accurately, we're here to
true.
talk about Batman the Animated Series, but Kevin Conroy, we decided a while ago when he passed that we were going to do this episode, and we never really had the time to do it until now. No disrespect to the man, it actually took us this long to even be able to talk about it without bawling, so we're gonna now we decided we can finally get together and talk about the man himself.
Don't lie, we're
voice.
still all crying.
I'm inside. I'm never gonna get over it. He wasn't even like, I know he was up there in age, but he wasn't an older man, so he had plenty of time left, and he was taken way too early. And Batman's never going to be the same without him.
Well, I mean, it's just sad what Mark Hamill said. He will never do the Joker role ever again, because the only way he ever liked doing it was with Kevin Conroy.
Kevin Conroy talked him into coming back a couple times. He didn't even want to do it then.
Like the Killing Joke never would have happened with animation, because Hamill had already retired from the role, but Kevin Conroy had also retired from Batman, but they decided to give one last hurrah.
Well, and then they he's the one that convinced him to come on board for the games, right?
The later ones, I believe.
I think the first game they were both on board right away, but yeah, I think he talked him into coming back for at least Dark
Subsequent.
Knight.
The Arkham games is
or
what I'm
Arkham
referring
Knight.
to.
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't there like licensed Batman games from the Christopher Nolan movies before or right around Arkham time? I think there's like a Batman Begins video game or something.
I mean, that did come out at the tail end of like the PS2, beginning of like PS3 era, so possibly.
Yeah, thank God. What was it, Rocksteady? Thank God they did the Arkham games, because
combat system is unparalleled, man, in a game.
Crazy that was going to be like a rhythm-based game, and
what?
Yeah, that was going to be like a Guitar Hero, like rhythm-based game, Arkham.
I would have played it.
He said, fuck, what am I talking about? I still want to play it.
As long as you get like hit streak combos and stars, Doug would have played it.
Oh yeah, well Doug would be Doug would be going off playing like Through the Fires and Flames. Batman would be flying through the air.
I want to see Batman with an axe.
Corey, did you not watch Batman the Animated Series?
My bad.
Batman wields an axe.
Yeah, at some point. Speaking of stars and combos, in Arkham City, though, you had those arenas you could do and you had like your combos of how many hits you get without getting hit. I decided to blow my friend's mind, and I went over 1,000.
Holy shit! Over 1,000 combo without getting hit.
Nightwing.
Damn, that's wild.
What? You mean like in those time trial things or whatever?
Yeah, I went over 1,000 hit combo without it getting interrupted.
Well, I actually just decided I had the collection of the Arkham games, the Asylum City and Night, and I decided I wanted to try and get another platinum for my PlayStation, and I got all the Riddler trophies and stuff in Arkham Asylum, and that's where I stopped, as like the little stealth challenges and the hit challenges.
That's
insane. I'm just like, I don't want to fucking do this anymore.
And that's okay. That's
okay. I love the game.
Why do you look like disgusted?
I'm just listening. That's just my natural face.
That's just Mike's face.
Mike just has a fuck face.
You have resting bitch face. Mike has resting disgust face. Mike's just at work all day like... No, I'm saying like the expression resting bitch face. Mike has resting disgust face.
This is why people don't approach me at work.
That's right. Clearly, Mike disapproves.
that and they know you're busy watching stuff on your phone. They don't want to disturb you. I'm not sure if Mike even knows this, because how much did you look into the show? Like, did you look into anything really? Or is this more of a learning experience for you?
This is going to be like a learning experience. I figured I'd let you guys kind of refresh my memory of the things that I did see and teach me the things that I didn't see. So,
because one of your favorite people in the whole world was in the show, John Glover. I don't know.
Yeah, he played the Riddler. I did know that. Yeah, right.
Okay. I didn't know if you knew that.
Yeah, he's awesome in that role.
Riddler's one of the best characters.
Honestly, I only knew that because after Kevin Conroy passed away, he had a really touching sentiment to Kevin Conroy on Twitter.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that would make sense. He probably came out and did a video like everybody else does.
John Glover is a fucking sweetheart.
Yeah, he's a really nice man.
Yeah, I talked about it before we started recording. but that was his first appearance. Literally, the title was "If You're So Smart, Why Aren't You Rich?" and that's like the setup of the episode. His boss just firing him. Like Edward Nygma like tries to walk into his office and it's locked. Like his nameplate, the janitor's there with his nameplate in the dumpster. The boss is such a dick behind him. He's like, "What is this supposed to mean?" "It means you're fired. You're gone. Got it? Capiche?" Like, damn. I mean,
those 90s cartoons had those characters like that. That were just
they really did.
over abrasive.
You could get away with it in the 90s. Actually, you could probably get away with it now, too.
And Edward Nygma says, like, he says, "All the money you throw is no match for my intellect." And that's when the boss says, "Well, if you're so smart, why aren't you rich?" American capitalism.
Sick
Idiot. How can he be? It's like from Metalocalypse. It's like, wait, how can you be stupid? You're rich. Oh yeah.
Yeah, see?
All he had to do is say, "It's an enigma."
It's an enigma.
The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma. Anyway.
and that game that he creates, like, so the show decided to kind of update his character and make him like a video game designer. I can't remember. I think it's called like The Riddles of the Minotaur or something. The game he creates. I just gotta say, the game not that great. even for the 90s, looks pretty shitty.
No, I'm sure it was great.
Dick Grayson loves it.
See,
Alfred even says, "You must really like this game, Mr. Grayson, to be playing it on a $5 million computer." He's down in the Batcave playing this shitty game.
How bad can it be? Like, for real?
It looked
what year was this?
Games are pretty bad sometimes.
I mean, it was the early 90s.
I know.
Yeah.
I've
So it's probably great.
What, Doug? Tell us in the video game world, what was happening in like 1993? Was that like Nintendo?
Super Mario World.
Oh fuck no, that game sucked.
Well,
I was thinking if this was like the Atari 2600 or something, then it would be
1993.
Okay,
Adrian, you don't feel that way. You weren't even here for the Mario episode. You hate Mario.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's true. I hate everything Nintendo, but
Sega.
I'll be here for the Genesis episode.
Yeah,
I actually love
yeah.
Nintendo. I don't know why this has become a thing.
Haven't been here for Zelda, Mario.
You skipped out on all the like main.
I don't know, guys. Zelda doesn't do
flagships.
anything for me.
I've told you guys this before. Yeah, Zelda. I didn't mind missing that episode. Mario,
Yeah, it means you hate
Mario hurt a
Nintendo.
little bit.
That means you hate Nintendo. We all know.
Zelda's like one of the flagships of Nintendo. You hate them.
Chris Pratt ain't a real Italian. Cut that.
Corey actually looked at you. That was the only movement that he made was his eyes shifted. He was like, "Fuck this guy."
Fuck this guy.
Anyway, to the topic at hand.
Yeah, Mike, did you... Batman. Yeah, this, I think...
You're
Batman
a Batman.
You're a bat... You're a Batman.
You knew what I was going for.
That's great. You're a Batman. Yes, I am.
Oh my god.
And for the 4 people that get that joke, we love
Stay
you.
away from the commissioner.
Oh my
Nice.
god.
When I grow up, I want to be a blitzball. Anyway, that'll be in our Final Fantasy X episode down the road.
We did one a long time ago.
I know. Oh yeah, I don't think it was.
No,
great.
we just did Final Fantasy.
I don't think it was great.
No, I think we tried a Final Fantasy X. Well, that was a different time. We weren't just like flowing like we do now. Anyway,
I love how it died completely when you said that. Nobody said anything right after you said that.
guys, we flow so well.
Insert cricket noises, please.
So let me think. I was born in 1990. So
Same.
Tim Burton's Batman
Same.
would have come out a year before we were born.
Yep.
Except
89.
Corey, because he's an old piece of shit.
Except, yeah.
Right.
We're aging millennials. He's just an old ass millennial.
He's an aged millennial.
I'm on the
aged.
cusp.
Yeah, so when the first Batman came out, none of us were born except Corey. He was like 14.
or 41. Let's be
You're
real.
41. I really
Same thing.
think
It was 84 years ago.
I really think this this might have been my introduction to Batman. I think I was watching the animated series before I went to see or before I saw one of the Batman movies. This and then the Spider-Man show were kind of my introduction to superheroes, which is probably why they're my two favorite.
The Spider-Man show, and X-Men cartoon were
X-Men
like
too.
Yeah. If it wasn't for these 3 cartoons, I wouldn't even care about comics like I do.
Yeah, it got me started on comics too. I don't think I ever owned a comic book back then.
So the only thing I had that was comic adjacent was like a color panel version of the first episode of the X-Men cartoon, but in like book form, and there were colored pictures of when Jubilee like blows up the machine and shit and morphs. I bored Mike to literal yawn. He hates comics, guys, especially
totally
DC and the Flash. Anyway,
70 episodes in, people know that was bullshit.
They believe me. Anyway, Corey.
Yeah.
What's your favorite episode?
Favorite episode? Jesus Christ.
Just talk about one that stuck with you.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Like, what's one that you think of when you think of the animated series? What's an episode that comes to mind?
Probably the one where Condiment Man comes out and has to fight him.
Not the one with Condom Man?
No, that's a whole different website.
I
Trojan Man.
I looked up villains, and I don't see him on here under Condiment Man. Is he actually in the animated series?
He was Condiment Man was only in like a minute of the first season and episode.
Yeah. So what happened was that was an episode where the Joker turned a bunch of comedians into like villains.
Okay.
And one of them was the Condiment Man. He was just like, he was squirting people with ketchup and mustard.
So that was an episode where the writers literally just said, "Fuck it, we're going out to smoke."
Yeah.
Let these 3-year-olds write it.
There was never a moment in this series where the writer said, "Fuck it."
Yeah.
Every episode, great the whole way through.
It's actually like masterclass.
I could tell you some concepts for some episodes and they would sound ridiculous. And you watch the episode and like, that's fucking beautiful.
You'll watch that episode and it'll have you in tears or something.
I did hear that, the Mr. Freeze episodes are really like sad, disheartening.
Mr. Freeze episodes, Clayface episodes, anything with that involved like
Two-Face, Mad Hatter,
Two-Face, Batman and Catwoman related episodes, like the Mask of the Phantasm movie, like they're all moving and have some like sadness to them. Like it's always
any
like a bittersweet
any of the
ending.
episodes that feature one of the main Rogues Gallery villains is usually pretty strong.
Yeah, I was always shocked how much emotion and story they were able to convey in 22 minutes each episode.
Yeah,
like going back watching them now, I don't know how they fit so much in such a small amount of time.
Yeah, it felt like some of the episodes I look back and think of, and it's like that was a movie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Heart of Ice won some type of award. It won like an Emmy or something.
That's probably one of my favorite.
They had 2 movies for the animated series.
Episode. Yeah, Mask of Phantasm and the Batman Beyond one.
Batman and Mr. Freeze, Sub-Zero.
Oh, okay.
I kind of, if I really,
That's
I think the one that I think of, honestly. Wow.
Sorry, Corey.
When I first saw that title, I thought it was like, wait, was Sub-Zero in a freaking movie with them?
It's awesome. A mashup.
And we'll save that for when me and Corey do a 2-man special about the or Doug might join us, the Mortal Kombat mythology.
I was about
Sub-Zero.
to say, you eat a dick right now.
I mean, I would love to do an episode on the Injustice games. That'd be cool.
Listen, we've done bad. We're starting a series of bad movies. We could do bad games.
But anyway, what were you about to say, Corey?
Oh my God, there's too many of those. I think maybe more than movies.
Dude, I've literally played.
Pretty even.
I used to play any game my sister would rent when I rented a game. So
did you ever play the Barbie game?
Yeah,
yes,
Super Nintendo.
Dude, me and Ty played the shit out of that.
Christ.
Hell yeah, that game kicked ass.
You guys were always playing that game when I went down to Dan's house.
Yeah, you could drive like the pink convertible.
Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
Dude, it was basically extreme, like the extreme sports game for the PS1 before that came out.
Dude, listen, when me and Ty played the Barbie game, Barbie had drip. Okay. We made sure she had the best looking outfit.
That was before the word drip was used for that.
Barbie's always had drip, yo.
So she was dripping some other way? I'm confused.
Hell yeah.
She's gonna when that new Barbie movie comes out.
She was dripping like Clayface.
Anyway,
Clayface.
Corey,
Hey,
what were you about
Clayface.
to say before we left and interrupted you?
Speaking of Clayface was, I don't know if any of you know this, but Ron Perlman was Clayface.
Yes, he was.
Oh, nice.
I did
really?
not know that back when I used to watch the show.
I didn't know
love
that
Ron
right
Perlman.
now.
I figured that out, and I figured that out in rewatching a little bit. He sounded a little familiar, so I looked it up. It was Ron Perlman.
That's
But I other than Heart of Ice, because I think that is Doug's favorite, so
hands down.
I'll kind of veer away from Heart of Ice. But
Oh, we can just talk about it. It doesn't have to
no,
be
it's
like
all right.
Okay.
But because my other favorite one is a little bit more obscure. I don't know that a lot of people think of this one when they think of their favorite episodes. But
is it the Mad Hatter episode?
no, there's an episode where
It's a good one.
Joker
villain.
employs this guy, and years later calls in the favor to try and kill.
Joker's favor.
Okay, it's called Joker's Favor?
Yep.
Okay, well, like he employs this guy, he like blackmails him, says, I'll need you years from now, and it's like literally years and years. And he tries to get him to go in and kill this room full of people, and Batman stops him, obviously. But it's one of the more like psychotic Joker episodes.
Oh, it is. Yeah, so this guy's like driving in traffic and someone cuts him off. So the guy speeds up to him and he's like talking shit, and he looks over and it's the Joker. And he's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm so sorry. And the Joker cuts him off eventually, and like his car, runs out of gas or whatever. And
Now he
Joker
says, I should kill you, but
yeah, Joker, so I'm going to have to teach you some manners. He like reaches in his coat pocket, his breast pocket. And the guy's like, I'll do anything. And the Joker's like, anything you say? And he takes his license from him. He said, I need a favor. And the guy's like, what is it? He said, Joker's like, I don't know. I haven't thought of it yet.
I don't know. I haven't thought of it yet.
Exactly. Thank you, Mark
Nice.
Hamill. But I thought you couldn't do that voice.
I'm actually sad that you can do that better than I can.
Sorry, I've just been doing it a long time.
Yeah,
I
so
can't
basically, Joker plays a real long con because for 2 years, the guy he goes like
Thinks he's
witness
safe.
protection. He changes his
Yeah,
identity.
that's right.
He moves out of
completely
Gotham
moves
City,
out.
and Joker calls him like 2 years later, and he refers to him by his old name. He's like, I think you got the wrong number, buddy. He's like, oh no, I don't know why you moved your family to Springfield, Ohio.
That's great.
He's
And
like,
the
but
guy's
this is
like,
the right
"Fuck."
number.
The guy's just
Yeah.
like, fuck.
Bro, and it's a really kind of fucking crazy episode because Joker's telling the guy, if you don't cooperate, pretty much I'm going to kill your wife and young kid.
Yep. It's one of the more like for a cartoon, a very psychotic villain.
Yeah.
And it obviously it plays out the way most episodes do, where Batman stops it. And,
This is the series where they had guns drawn, but they were never fired on screen.
No, they fired them.
Are you sure? Did they?
This is actually the show where the creators fought to get the guns to fire. Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember.
It's thanks to this show.
Okay.
Isn't there a lot of like sexual jokes and undertones?
yeah.
in
oh,
certain
Harley
things?
Quinn, like
every single.
Yeah, there's
show
one.
from that
There's
era.
one episode where Harley's wearing like lingerie, and she goes up to Joker like, "Don't you want to rev your Harley?"
yeah.
And it's like, whoa, damn.
Which one is it where she's got like Nightwing like trapped or whatever?
Oh, that's
think
a
the
movie.
HBO show. Oh,
that's
it's
a movie. Okay.
That was a movie where she has him tied to a bed, and she's like she seduces him and sleeps with him.
And those movies are rated R.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
I don't remember which movie that is, but it's
Yeah.
one where Batman has to work with Harley to. I don't even remember, but he has to work with Harley and Deadshot in that movie. I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
It was
No,
a good
but,
movie,
But back to Joker's favor. So Joker basically tells this guy, "You better get your ass on the next flight back to Gotham because I need you tonight." When the guy comes back, like Joker's going over the whole plan, and he's like, "And that's where you come in. I need you to hold the door open." The guy's like, "And then what?" He's like, "That's it." That's it. He's like, "You called me 2 years later to open a door?" He says he like says to himself, "This guy's nuts." And Harley's like rolling in a cake. He's like, "It's a big cake. You think she can roll it in and open the door?"
That's like that. That's like the Joker was like, "Oh yeah, fuck, how will we ever pull this off? Oh, yeah, this one guy from 2 years ago.
Dude, he cashed in a
totally come
favor
in.
2 years later to open a door. That's
Oh
some
my
next
God.
level shit.
So I don't completely remember that episode. How's that play out?
So it turns out the Joker's a dick, and like,
What?
in case you guys didn't know,
Oh, so he fucks the cake.
yeah, exactly. He fucks the cake.
Okay.
But so
I get it now. Makes sense.
So this is like a whole celebration for Commissioner Gordon. So Harley
I don't
rolls
want
in the cake.
Sorry to interrupt you, but every time you say Harley rolls in the cake, for some reason I think the rated R version of the show again. I'm like, wait, was that in that?
Oh, a guy totally makes the joke like when she's coming in. He says, "Okay, the entertainment."
Okay.
She like fucking kicks him in the shin. She jerk.
Sure.
But she rolls
Which is
the cake
funny
up
because that's nothing compared to what Joker puts her through.
Oh God,
God,
yeah.
God, no.
Oh, we'll get
But-
to that.
But if it's the Joker, she's okay with it.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, so basically,
Mr. J.
I'm sick of saying cake. So Harley comes up to the commissioner.
In the cake.
I'm sick of case.
Yeah, and like this Joker's in the middle of the
Cake.
yeah. There you go. Joker's in the middle of it. Yeah,
Harley definitely had some cake. Let's be real.
yeah. Harley had some cake.
I thought
Harley
you
had
said you were tired of saying cake.
damn it.
Different-
We're,
that's a different
we're talking about a different kind of cake.
Yeah, right. So Joker comes out of it like this gas. I don't know what the fuck it's made of, but because it's a cartoon, it basically like freezes everybody in place.
Yeah.
And Joker puts one of like his dynamite things on the commissioner, and the guy that they had open the door, he put like fucking super glue or something on the door, so the guy was stuck on the door.
Was
The
it
guy-
like liquid nitrogen?
The guy's like, I don't think it was anything like that. But the guy's like, I thought you said all I had to do was open the door and you'd let me leave. He said, I never said I'd let you leave alive.
Damn.
So they leave. Joker and Harley leave thinking like everyone in there is just going to blow up. And of course, Batman drops through the window, throws the grenade out, throws the
He throws it
dynamite
up through
outside.
Up through the skylight.
And the best
He
part
like
is,
shoots it with his gun or something, and then Joker sees it from the limousine.
and the
and he
best
gets all
part is
pissed
like
off.
the Joker drove this guy so mad. Like this 2 years, the guy even says like he's just been watching me like a bug in a jar. But he drives this guy so mad that at the end, the guy has another stick of dynamite and he's willing to blow himself up with Joker just to kill the Joker.
And yet Batman lets him go every time.
And Joker's actually calling for Batman because he's like,
Batman!
yeah, he's actually calling for Batman because he doesn't want to like die from a nobody.
Batman!
He's like, what? So you're gonna blow me up? He goes, you and Batman. He's calling for him.
Batman. It kind of makes you wonder. Joker's so confident that his plan will always work. How many plans doesn't the Batman get there to stop that just go off without a hitch for this?
Oh yeah, I'm
When-
sure some people
When he
die.
kills Jason Todd
with the
Ooh.
fucking crowbar.
with a crowbar.
Yeah, that's
and a bomb. Hey,
Joker loves his bombs.
That's my favorite episode. What about you, Doug? What's your favorite one?
Well,
I've
I've already said
It's
it.
Heart of Ice.
It's come up in other episodes. Even it's definitely the Heart of Ice, I believe.
What is it about that episode that really resonates?
The fact that he beats the villain without kicking his ass.
That's true, and
Yeah.
kind of turns him into a reluctant ally as well.
And realizing that he always could have been like an ally if had his circumstances in life been different.
Yeah, Victor Fries.
That's one thing. That's one thing that a lot of people don't know about Victor Fries is he wasn't always a bad guy.
Well, it's really this show that portrayed him in that light better than like after.
Oh, yeah.
Just like how Harley Quinn only exists because of the show,
Yeah.
like
'Cause-
modern day Victor Fries is only who he is
Because of this show.
of this show as well.
If
Yeah,
it weren't
like,
for this
he wasn't-
show, we wouldn't have the version of Mr. Freeze that we have in Batman and Robin.
Yeah,
So we have this show to thank for that.
yeah. We do.
Thank
If it
God
wasn't
for
that,
Batman the animated series.
Chill Out would actually but to disregard what you just said because of how wrong it was.
Hey, that's one thing
Chill
Batman
Out,
and Robin. That's one thing Batman and Robin got right.
I will kill you.
The wife.
Yeah, the wife. Okay. You got that part right. Anyway,
Actually, now that I think about it, Batman and Robin. Sorry, go ahead, Doug.
Oh,
they really missed a great casting.
Just give me 5
opportunity.
minutes.
They really fucked up when they cast Danny DeVito as the Penguin when they missed the obvious casting call of making him Victor Freeze's wife.
Danny DeVito. Then it could have been a reunion with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito.
I was gonna say twins
Danny
too.
DeVito should, Danny DeVito
I
should
mean-
just be all villains.
Well, if
And
they were
their
twins,
wives.
it'd be if it were twins, it'd be on a different website.
Hey, Victor, make me some food.
I have been to that website.
Hey, Victor. You've been to that. That's weird. Gollum.
It's only
Anyway.
weird if you make it weird, Doug.
I did.
Gollum.
Gollum.
Yeah.
Gollum.
Yeah, when I was a kid, that voice for Mr. Freeze definitely freaked me out on the animated series.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it would bring me to tears if I had any tears to give.
Yes, it would bring me to tears if I had any tears to give.
Yeah,
Weasley.
Weasley. Oh, Wells.
Was it Alan Rickman? Did he voice him?
No.
Voice
Doesn't even sound like him.
Victor Freeze actually voiced Alan Rickman.
Oh,
The guy who
That's
did
impressive.
Mr. Freeze was Michael Ansara.
Yeah, I don't know anything else he's done, but he
I
did
don't
very
either.
well on that role.
He's very good.
Do you have a list of voice actors for the show up by chance?
I do.
Want to just read a couple off and who they were? Because
Yeah,
it's
I
probably
was
people
wrong.
we've never heard of.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
wrong about Tara Strong. She was never the voice actor.
She
for
wasn't
Harley
in the
Quinn and
animated
Des.
series. I figured that out after we talked.
Oh,
about it.
she's the one that took over the role years later. Like she's the
Yeah.
modern
when she
version.
came back, yeah.
And like in Arkham and the games. and stuff.
Because actually in Batman the animated series, Harley Quinn's only in 9 episodes. She's not in a whole lot.
It isn't that crazy?
It is because like when we think of Batman the animated series, we think of Harley Quinn, and she's only in 9 episodes.
Like I'm pretty sure
That's insane.
Barbara Gordon's in more episodes than Harley Quinn, and Batgirl's often forgotten compared to Harley Quinn.
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of Batgirl, she's Melissa Gilbert. I don't know if you know her. She does a lot of voices.
Like what?
I don't.
Scooby Doo.
Unless you want me to go into each
I mean-
individual person's like.
I mean, I think it'd be cool. I mean, we don't have to like we're talking about the show, so the voice actors. I feel like we should
I mean,
give
it's
some
kind of.
recognition.
I think
to.
it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Well, then hold
Kevin
on, I got-
Conroy wasn't the only great part of this, and Mark Hamill weren't the only two great parts of this series.
Who were we just talking about? I didn't have
Corey.
the actual.
This is why you don't vape before.
No, I didn't have the actual IMDb up. I had pictures of what I
I
wrote stuff down.
Okay.
I was reading off a list I had written down.
Like totally, bro. I don't know why I'm doing that, but
He said, I don't know. I don't. Ah, yes, that character on Batman animated series, the Mad Stoner.
Yeah, that's
like bats, bro.
Oh my God.
Bats for brains. We're gonna like go down here and chip chop
She
the
was-
old shop, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, tally ho.
Wait, is that Thomas Shelby as a stoner
I will
from
tell you,
Peaky Blinders?
I'm going to tell you the only thing that really matters that Melissa Gilbert was in. She was Laura Ingalls in Little House on the Prairie in the 70s.
Holy fuck, really?
Yeah, so she's
My
like
mom's
the main,
obsessed with
yeah.
that show. That's
Laura
hilarious.
Ingalls is who plays Batgirl in the.
Oh my god.
Animated
I actually
series.
know exactly who that is. That's ridiculous.
She was also in one episode of Fat Actress.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what that is.
I think it's about fat actress.
Oh, it's
Whoever
Kirstie
she may
Alley.
be.
Rest in peace.
Oh.
Oh,
I mean,
Well,
it's-
now that's no good.
no, that's on brand.
Kirstie Alley plays a version of herself, an actress who is struggling to lose weight and revive her Hollywood career.
Hey, it's almost like she's playing herself
Hey,
before she died.
that's meta, Kirstie Alley.
Yeah. Does she die at the end of the movie?
Oh, god damn it! I think it's a TV series. And yes,
well, the
Okay.
show definitely died with her.
I'm Batman.
All right. Anyway, speaking of voice actors and actors who are dead, Kevin Conroy. Aw,
Great segue.
I made myself sad. I'm sorry. guys.
Aw.
It was a segue. Great. I don't know about.
Mike's like, it was definitely a segue.
I'm sorry. Anyway. But like Victor Free, like Heart of Ice wasn't like the only episode I thought was like really well written. Like I don't think there was a single villain that wasn't handled in like this really just interesting psychological way where there's so many periods of screen time where they were talking and not fighting. Victor's just made it really interesting because it showed how one aspect of his life is what dictated like the difference between him and Batman. Like,
Yeah, like unlike other shows and cartoons and stuff, I feel like the animated series here was like so good at making the villains like sympathetic.
Yeah, like they weren't just the villain.
They weren't
Like,
just evil to be evil.
They were people. He wasn't just Mr. Freeze. He was Victor. Like,
yeah. And this is going to totally sound like I didn't do this on purpose, but it's kind of funny because Victor Freeze and then Edward Nygma are two sides of the same coin. Two-Face. But they're two sides of the same coin where they both kind of get fucked over by their company they're working for. But Victor's more sympathetic, where Edward Nygma's kind of like an egotistical asshole, so you don't really feel sorry for him. Still a great villain, though.
I mean, maybe you don't feel sorry for him.
well, Doug, you are Edward Nygma, so I see why you relate to him.
That's true.
Of course, that's true.
Minus us living in Gotham, you are Edward Nygma.
Okay, explain.
Because you're smart, but you know you're smart. So, that makes
that ruins it.
That makes you kind of patronizing and condescending.
You're smart, but you know it.
And
pretentious.
You
douchey.
wish you could use it. You wish you could use that to just fuck with people, and very. No. You do it on a low scale compared
on
to
the low.
You wish you could do it like on the high level of
no.
Everybody.
No. You guys are crazy.
You should set up You should set up riddles and puzzles we have to go through to get to Discord.
Hello, Culture Shock crew. In order to get onto the Discord server to see what I had to say, you have to answer these riddles 3.
We're like, God damn it, I'm drunk.
Haha, you figured out the first clue. What does Adrian do every day?
Hell yes. So Doug is the Riddler. Doug's the Riddler. Corey or I could be the Joker because we're both failed comedians.
Bullshit.
We're both failed comedians.
Hey, that's not even necessarily the Joker's backstory.
Well, it's one of them.
It's one of many.
It's multiple.
I said Corey or I could be the Joker. Doug's like, bullshit. He got mad.
I did.
The Riddler's a great role to have.
And I
totally
took offense to that.
And I took that personally. I don't know, Doug. You're the easiest to pin down, whereas Corey, me, and Mike, I don't know what we are.
Am I?
Am I, though? No, I covered it. Pretentious, patronizing, condescending, douchey.
Always.
Stop.
But smart.
So erect.
I said smart.
Wait, those weren't all compliments?
He said, "Oh wait, those are bad things."
No. They were like backhanded compliments.
Yeah,
well, I have some messages to reply to with unsavory answers.
You thought you're sending people heart emojis back? They're like, see, that's the patronizing thing right there.
No wonder these Twitter comments.
Tinder. Doug, I just said you're smart. I didn't say it's well spoken.
Again, that is the wrong site.
No wonder these Tinder conversations all never pan out.
They're like, you're such a fucking patronizing ass. You're like, oh, thanks. Do you want to meet up?
Oh man, this is really going somewhere.
Tinder.
I think
you're different from
I'm 90% sure. I'm 90% sure he didn't hear what I said.
He said, guys, I think I found the one.
Am I supposed to listen? Anyway.
So, Adrian, were you trying to figure out which villains we would be?
Or just who we would be in general? Because, like
Mike
I said,
is killer. Mike is Solomon Grundy.
Solomon Grundy.
Wow.
Hey,
I mean, right now,
born on a Monday.
Yeah, I don't know. It's too hard for the rest of us.
No, Adrian,
what
you'd
she
be
said.
Victor Zaz. You'd definitely be like an arsonist.
The dude that like cuts himself.
No, he's the fire guy.
Hey, fire guy.
Yeah, El Fuego.
but yes, he does carve.
Yeah, he's the one that every person he kills, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
you do that. I can see you doing
I'm okay
that.
with that.
Isn't that's Deadshot's the one that tattoos his every victim, right?
No, he doesn't tattoo
it's
it.
not
He
a
cuts
tattoo.
it into his skin.
Yeah, that's Deadshot.
That's like it's the most.
We're talking about
permanent
Victor
tattoo.
Zaz there, Mike.
Nope.
Not
Shut
talking
your
about
face.
Shut your
Mike,
face.
it's crazy. Like I actually thought you had more like Flash adjacent knowledge than this. I didn't realize it was when you talked about loving DC. It was literally just the Flash.
No, I get Deadshot. You started saying names on the body, and they're very easy to get
He
confused.
didn't say names. He said he carves
Victims. Yeah.
Victims,
No,
right?
Oh my God, Mike, you're not listening along.
Is
enough.
Mike here? Like right now?
No, that's you guys are thinking of
He does-
Johnny 23.
It's just
from
a
Con Air.
line. What is it called when you do the 4 lines and then the diagonal one for 5?
It doesn't have a name. It's just a tally mark.
Roman. What
It's
the
a tally mark. It's a tally mark.
It's a tally mark. Yeah.
He does tallies, Mike. Not
that's
names.
a Venn diagram.
Well, see, Adrian said victims. He didn't say tallies.
That's the ventricules man.
That's the Pythagorean theorem.
The fragorium theorem.
I'm sure they said it somewhere on Big Bang Theory. I
The
just didn't
frag
hear it.
grenade.
That's
theorem.
Schrodinger's
And
bird.
no, the ventriloquist was
Schrodinger's horse.
the ventriloquist was voiced by George
Romero.
Zunza.
Oh, dude, the ventriloquist is one of the. Is that the fucking Dollface episode with the gangster?
Yeah, the gangster puppet with the machine gun.
Yeah,
That episode's fucked up. Like that guy's scary.
Yeah. Again,
I actually that was responsible for like me being afraid of puppets as a kid and being scared
it
of
didn't help.
Yeah.
It didn't help. Yeah, Corey had a traumatic child's play incident, and that probably didn't help either.
Which is weird
terrified
because Chucky
character.
never scared me, even
Scared
after
shit out of
that.
me.
But some puppets did.
Dude, Chucky scared me so bad.
Yeah.
We had the pay-per-view for WCW SummerSlam the year that Chucky was on it, and I had to leave the room while he was on the screen.
Wait, Chucky was on SummerSlam?
Yeah,
It's
It's a SummerSlam.
I'll tell my Chucky story real quick because it is a quick one.
Wait, real quick though, did Chucky wrestle?
No, it was just a promo.
Corey, you could tell this story because it has slight relevance since Mark Hamill did voice.
That's true.
Nicely
That's
done.
true.
Now that's a good segue.
There's a segue.
Slick.
Also, Paul Blart rides a Segway.
God damn it.
Paul Blart Mark. Welcome to the Paul Blart Mark.
Kevin James, Kevin Conroy.
Doug,
Paul,
You can't
Same
wait till we
guy.
call you smart to start fucking up words.
Paul Blart Malfart.
Paul Fart.
Guys, we found the
Mall
trigger to make Doug dumb. Just call him smart.
Right? That's some reverse psychology shit there. Like,
No,
smart I
that's
am I?
That's oppositional defiance disorder.
Paul Blart. I like to call him Paul Blart Malshart.
Old Paulie
That's
Shark.
basically what those movies are.
Yeah.
Corey, good.
But my traumatic Chucky story that made me afraid of puppets, for some reason, didn't make me afraid of Chucky at all. I still loved him. But we were staying at my aunt's house one time, and
It's because he's not a puppet. He's real.
everybody passed out. I fell asleep on the couch. Moonlight shining through the curtains in this perfect beam of light, right on a Chucky doll sitting on a rocking chair, just staring at me while I was laying on the couch. I did not sleep all night. I just stared at
Charlie, are you telling us someone tried to come in your window at night and stare at you?
And then Corey picked up the box, and the batteries were still inside the box.
me. God, they were still in there.
You're gonna die, you bed, you stupid slut.
That's what he said to me.
That's what he said. To
All right. I know this is
And then
a little
Corey's
off
son
topic.
Andy. Wait.
I know this is a little off topic, but okay, the Quaker oatmeal face guy, the Amish guy. No,
Wait, how is this off topic? How is this off topic?
Wait,
No,
All right.
Doug, I can bring it back to being on topic.
let me.
Kevin Conroy played the Quaker Oats guy.
Perfect. But just like how you had that experience with Chucky, like he's just sitting there staring at you in the moonlight. I had this stupid cabinet in my room as a kid with a sticker, a Quaker oatmeal sticker on it, and it was just the dude's face, and he was like doing this like this smile, and at
Yeah, he's
night,
weird.
You couldn't see it very well, so it looked terrifying to me, and I had to like cover my head with the blanket to fall back asleep at night if I woke up.
Because the Quaker Oats guy was just staring at you?
Yes.
I always thought the Quaker Oats guy and the Aunt Jemima had something going on.
You ever put Aunt Jemima in a Quaker Oats? Very delicious.
Oh, that bitch! She was cheating.
So here's the thing about Batman.
Well, on Saturday mornings while we ate our oatmeal,
Hey, there you go.
You're the only one that watched this on Saturday. You and Adrian.
probably.
I don't remember when I watched it.
I don't either.
I talked about some of my fuck that. I remember that. It's like primal.
Oh,
like
wait,
a
did
primal
Mike share
instinct.
I was like, wait, what just happened? Doug's like,
There's like
I talked about, no, fuck that. I'm like, wait, what? Is
still
Doug just
there.
over this episode?
No. Anyway,
Doug, you have
but
the power to delete it. I'll delete it.
I do. No, you don't have to. I have to face my fears like a man. Corey, are you there?
Yeah, I can give you one more cast member that's kind of a surprise voice.
Yeah.
The composer Paul Williams played the Penguin.
Yes.
Who's Paul Williams?
I tried to mimic his voice a little bit.
You did.
He wrote Three Dogs Night, like Out in the Country, You and Me Against the World, Carpenter's Songs, Rainy Days and Mondays. He's like a really famous composer from the 70s, 80s, 90s. I don't know if he's still alive or not.
Here's a fun fact. Did you know when Kevin Conroy was at Juilliard, he was roommates with Robin Williams?
Kevin Conroy went to
No, he
Juilliard?
wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Robin Williams went to Juilliard?
Hey, Alan Tudyk also went to Juilliard.
Who the fuck is Alan Tudyk?
I think we've had this conversation.
I know.
I remember us talking about Alan Tudyk.
That's why I had to say it like that. All right. Like Toodic?
No.
Tudyk, you know?
It's
He
like,
used to
I think
just-
he spells
be-
it Tudyk or something.
He used to-
There's a Y in there somewhere.
He used to just be Alan
Tudyk.
Dick, but then he got an operation.
to be Alan Tudyk.
Yeah,
We can rebuild him. We
Tudyk.
can make him stronger, more.
Speaking of
functional than
Tudyk, how about Two-Face, huh?
Hey, there you go. Yeah,
That's a character.
that's like a mediocre
voiced-
segue.
Hey, who voiced Two-Face in the animated series?
Mike, find that out, Corey.
What?
Mike, do
Yeah.
your Two-Face impression that you did. Wait, is that it?
Oh,
Before we were recording, Mike, yeah, that's pretty good. Mike just made a random noises. That's a good Two-Face impression. The bat. I'm gonna get the bat.
I'm gonna get him.
His name is Richard Mole. He's kind of known more for being like an opposing figure in
Mole.
old scary stuff.
Okay. Well,
I guess-
I mean, Two-Face is pretty fucking scary. You ever look at him?
Yeah. There's like a really famous movie from the 80s called House. He's like one of the killers or the killer, I can't remember.
He plays the house.
He plays a house in Scary Movie 2. That's Adrian, that's not even too far off because he plays the house in Scary Movie 2.
What? No.
Yeah. Yes, he does.
Wait, what
God.
role is the house in Scary Movie 2?
It's the voice, the
the ghost in the house.
yeah, I can't
No,
remember
the house.
The house like has a voice, like it's like
Yeah,
a
the
smart
guy-
house or something.
The house.
Yeah,
No,
the
it's
ghost that's
haunted.
walking
It's
like
on fire.
the ghost that has sex with the girl on the ceiling.
Oh, yeah. Wait.
He's like the
Yeah.
guy who owned the house.
Oh, really? That's him?
Yeah.
He
He's
is
also in
the house.
Jingle All the Way as Dementor.
No, he's Dementor.
Dementor.
Oh my God, this
Wrong
guy's a
dimension,
legend.
Mike.
Yeah, not
But
not Patronus not Patronus.
Patronus Robert Mule.
Expecto
Jesus.
Patronum.
The worst part, it was
Your
the
Patronus
Dementors.
is Richard Mole. That's weird.
That's oddly specific.
He also, but
Dick Mole?
Richard Mole also played the Bat Computer, Thomas Wayne, and Security Guard.
Ooh, yeah, he was great as security guard.
Damn,
That was his-
security
that
guard
was
be
the best
hitting
one.
different now.
Be hitting different.
And I don't
My-
know if you guys
God.
know this, but also Harvey Dent.
He played Harvey Dent
And
Yeah.
Two-Face, you said.
and Two-Face.
Wow, that's wild.
I know.
I mean, what kind of
He played-
like
he played-
similarities there?
He played Harvey and Scary Face.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't understand why that would be the same voice actor. They're totally two different characters. You know?
I know. I don't understand it either. But
Did he play Big Bad Harv?
he did play Big Bad Harv. How did you know that?
Yeah, that was a great. Here was a guarantee. Anytime the Batman animated series had a two-parter, they were some of the best.
Yeah,
Like you had the Clayface two-parters, you had the Two-Face two-parters, the bat, and the cat. Ah.
Is it because they couldn't fit his whole face on one screen?
That's like 8 walls.
Yeah, now you're thinking with portals.
Actually, like looking back and watching the Two-Face episodes are a couple that I watched before this episode. Before this podcast, I said episode too many times there. It's the cake thing all over again.
Dude, what is wrong with you guys and your words? Just say it.
Cake.
Well, in this episode, Adrian liked this
Crack.
episode because this episode focused around episodes.
Thank you.
It's just like watching an Adrian YouTube video. You're right.
Exactly. See, now I'm
Big
saying exactly
reviews.
too much. Thank you, as always.
I
Mike.
keep saying B-roll in this episode about my B-roll choices. My top 5 B rolls of 2027.
Top 5 B-rolls. Shut up, Mike. You don't even know what B-roll is.
God damn.
I don't know why I want a mic there.
What I do know is that your YouTube channel has no consistency.
Hey, how's your fucking Twitch doing?
Me and Corey, who do
it's
nothing
fine.
extra.
He said it's fine. No, but
Nailed
the Two-Face
Hey, Corey, how's your thing that you abandoned? Oh, wait, you haven't abandoned nothing like me.
No, not yet. I'll
Guys who
abandon
haven't
something-
done anything
I'll
else.
abandon something eventually.
Yeah, don't worry.
I'm just
Yeah,
waiting
this
for my turn.
podcast.
Sorry, Corey Jr.
He said, "Yeah, this podcast."
It'll
Sorry,
be him-
Corey Jr.
It'll be him before it's the show. Sorry.
So,
We
hey,
all know he
Okay,
listens.
cool.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
Corey,
Corey.
confirmed his son listens to the show without
okay,
him knowing.
Corey. So you're the mom on the side of the mountain and the good son. You have the podcast in one hand. You have your son in the other.
Hey. Corey Jr. listens to the show. He already knows the
He
answer. We don't need
understands.
to say
Yeah,
it.
Corey. For some reason, you can hold me, Doug, and Mike with one arm, and then your other, you have your son.
Wait a minute.
Corey
Does
Jr.'s
that
like,
mean-
you
does
can
that mean
totally let them go. And
Does that mean if you all fall, I can do this by myself and it
No.
won't interrupt
No,
me?
no.
No.
Or
Because
I can't do
I
the show
have-
anymore.
Because I have
Can't do the
85% of the website passwords saved, and you don't.
you can't do the show anymore.
You at least need to get me up there.
Well, I'm not. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, you don't need me.
Corey literally would look at me like, "Dude, are you fucking kidding me?"
He's like, wait, are you actually thinking about this?
It isn't
Dude,
as
No,
easy as you think it
he's
is.
totally not thinking about this, right, guys?
Dude, what
He's
the
just
fuck?
kidding.
Dad, seriously?
Fuck you, Dad.
Corey
like, oh,
Jr., it's fine.
You're
It's
like, I'm
fine.
losing my grip. He's like, no, you
Dude.
could pull me up right now.
Next Friday, I'm like literally
Corey-
already up here. You just gotta hold on while I pull myself
Corey,
up.
you don't
He pushes
understand.
him.
You don't understand the weight of this decision.
Bro, we get like 300 downloads every 30 days. I really got to keep that. Corey Jr., how many downloads do you get every 30 days?
No, you know what? I'll just look at him and I'll say, "How many times have you downloaded our show?" And when he
Without
says,
my
"I don't
consent.
download it," hand opens.
What is
I've
our
never-
outro?
Oh my god, he'll be the one. He's the one human being that can do our intro music.
Yeah, he nails it. Okay, but speaking of a mountainside, how about the episode Over the Edge?
And I'm about to break.
Segue.
Ooh,
Did any of you guys have Over the Edge down? Do you know what that
Which
was?
one is that?
I've
You
heard
have
of Over
the-
Hedge.
It's the Christmas one.
No.
Oh no,
Oh, it's not?
No.
I think that's called a
Joker's
very Gotham
Christmas?
Christmas.
Oh, is it? Okay, well then I don't know.
Oh, bats. No, so Over the Edge is like...
bats.
I'll just reveal big twist ending right now, which normally this kind of thing pisses me off. It ends up this is all a dream, like inside Barbara's head. But so the episode starts with Batman and Robin running down in the Batcave, and Commissioner Gordon's chasing them and like shooting at them. So like right away, you're like, what the fuck is going on? They arrest Alfred. They fucking blow up the Batmobile with a bazooka.
They finally figured out that Batman's crime fighting was a front for the mafia.
Exactly. So what they did, what happens in the episode is they're fighting. So it kind of starts right there. You don't know what's going on. It's kind of one of those things where it goes back in time a little bit and then it catches back up to current. So after that intro, like,
I don't know, Rick. I feel like stories should start at the beginning, like Rick, and tell that story, not jump back to where you. Let's cut back to 5 minutes ago when you were alive.
Rick and Morty joke. See, I'm
That
pretty sharp. No, so after that intro, it goes like back in time, and you see that Batman, Robin, and Scarecrow and Barbara are fighting Scarecrow. And Barbara, like, she attacks. So Scarecrow puts some of his clothes on this antenna, which totally doesn't look convincing as Scarecrow. But for some reason, she thinks that's actually him. So she like attacks this fucking antenna on a rooftop, and Scarecrow comes up behind her and knocks her off the roof. And it's fucking brutal for a kid show because so Barbara goes flying off the roof as Batgirl, and Commissioner Gordon's driving down below. She falls like 30 stories, and she fucking hits the windshield of his car. And obviously, Gordon has no idea that Barbara, his daughter, is actually Batgirl. So like she smacks off the fucking windshield of his car, and he's calling for help for an ambulance, and you just hear like, "Dad," and so he comes up to her and takes the mask off, and it's his daughter, which is fucking crazy, crazy for a kid show.
He probably wants to fuck up Batman.
Exactly, Batman comes down to like comfort him and stuff, and he's pissed. He's pissed at Batman because he thinks it's his fault that his daughter died because she shouldn't be involved in it. So he like figures out, he goes through Barbara's records and figures out that Bruce Wayne is Batman. So that's why he's sending like all of his forces at Bruce the whole episode. But then you learn at the end of the episode, she like wakes up from a dream and she talks to Bruce and says that she doesn't want to die and regret not telling her dad who she really is. So she invites Gordon over to dinner. And right when she's about to tell him, it's kind of one of those things where I think he secretly knows all along because she's about to tell him and he interrupts her. He's like, whatever you have to say to me, you're a grown woman. It's okay to have your secrets. I love you no matter what. And they kind of hug and the episode's over. But I think it's kind of implied that he knows that she's Batgirl. So it's pretty crazy episode. When you go in the beginning not knowing that it's a dream, you're like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Leave it to the gay agenda to get into our Batman episode.
They're trying to build a prison.
Mike, that was clearly a joke. If you don't understand that, I feel bad for you.
Mike, yo Dick Gray, son.
Yeah, yo Dick Gray, son.
Wait, Corey, did you say that Joker's favorite, or did you say that's your favorite episode? Or it's just one that
No,
sticks
I thought
with
that's
you?
the one you were talking about.
I think he
Joker's
accidentally said
favorite?
it was.
I didn't mean my favorite episode. I just meant like because Doug said, when you think of Batman the Animated Series, what do you think of?
So these are two separate episodes, but they're kind of the same. It's kind of these episodes where you have like a collection of all these villains, so I love them equally. Do you guys remember the episode Almost Got Him?
Yes,
It's
I
a
love
it's a
that
classic.
episode.
Yeah,
It's
that's
near
when
the
they're
end
all
of or near the middle of the second season. It's so fucking good.
Yeah, so pretty much this one is like, I'd love to get this poster too. It's Joker, Two-Face, Penguin, Poison Ivy, and Killer Croc all just playing a poker game together. And they're all telling their story of how they almost got the Batman.
Oh, yeah, that's the episode with Catwoman, right?
Yeah, you get to see like 4 or 5 little mini episodes in one episode. Yeah. And it's great because Joker keeps telling everybody, like, I obviously have the best almost got him story. But does anyone want to go first? Killer Croc like smashes his hand against the table. He's like, I want to go first. They're like, what do you got?
Rock at him.
I threw a rock at him. They all just like look at him in silence. He's like, it was a big rock.
And
I mean, it's even better because that was Batman,
and it was Batman, right? But it's an ongoing joke throughout the series. In another episode, they have Batman on trial. They like Arkham Asylum inmates take over and fucking it's Judge Joker. But they have Batman on trial and they're like, hang him, shoot him. And Croc says, throw a rock at him. It's like an ongoing joke.
Dude, that had to be like a fucking inside joke or something.
It does seem like it was.
So I got to say, Batman really knows his enemy because he did a great impression of Killer Croc.
Throw a rock at him.
Throw a rock at him.
Well, you see, Adrian, Batman's enemies don't represent actual people. They represent different aspects of the Bat and Bruce Wayne.
Pretentious, douchey. Edward Nigma over here. No, but yeah, so almost
Edward Nigma for you.
Almost.
Giggity go, Edward Nigma.
Nigma.
That does not. What
rhymes with ligma, like
balls.
Ligma balls?
But
God damn.
To actually answer the question though, because what actually happened to me was when we were trying to talk about the favorite episode, but then Doug said, when you think of Batman the Animated Series, what do you think of? And for some reason, that's the one that pops in my head.
One that's less talked about.
Yeah, like, but if I had to say my favorite one, it is probably the man who killed Batman, because
Your favorite one or your favor one?
no. Meals.
Yeah, the man who killed Batman's great.
Because it has a great moment where the Joker's just pissed that a nobody killed Batman. But I love that
he
still
just like thinks he dies to nothing.
He thinks he just dies from nothing, and he's
Yeah, so like
pissed.
this really nerdy dude, he wants to be like in with the mafia, in with the criminals of Gotham City, and they say like, you can provide nothing, you're a fucking loser. And so he goes up to this rooftop. They want to use him as bait for Batman. Like they want Batman to kick his ass while they go rob some shit. So they just use him as bait, and he's up on a rooftop with Batman, and like on accident Batman falls off the roof, and like when he falls down on something, it explodes, so everyone thinks Batman died. So the guy comes down with like part of Batman's cape, and he's like, I don't know what happened, he just fell. And they're like, oh my god, you took care of Batman. So he becomes like the biggest criminal in Gotham City.
And he's such a little shithead.
Yeah, he's just a tiny little, I think he's like Sid the Slug, they call him, or something like that. But Joker gets so pissed.
But there's a whole casket funeral scene where Joker
holds a funeral for Batman.
Yeah, he holds a funeral, and he's so mad he puts a "kick me" sign on Batman's cape. It's fucking great.
Yeah, so
still, even while he's crying, he reaches down and puts a "kick me" sign on.
His plan is to put Sid in the casket, close it up, and throw it in acid.
Yeah.
Oh, he's pissed.
He's so mad.
Well, that's the line I wanted to use. That's where he says, without Batman, crime has no punchline. And Mark Hamill said that's his favorite line of the series.
Without Batman,
didn't he just quote that again when he sent that really long post about Kevin Conroy when he passed away?
Oh, is that what he said?
If he did, that's actually quite touching, because that episode, as pissed as Joker is in that episode, he's also very sad that Batman's gone. He's not just pissed, he's also very sad.
Yeah, because that's the whole dynamic. Like, they kind of talk about it in The Dark Knight, but what is the Joker? He just likes the chaos, right? He just likes making a mess. And
there's different versions of Joker, but
there's a version of Joker that wants to like reduce Batman to. He wants him to be. He thinks Batman is just as crazy as all the people in Arkham.
There's the crime. There's the funny man who just wants to
have fun.
Make it obvious that Batman it's just all a joke, and you got to chill out, man.
Yeah.
There's the crime. There's the mafia guy who's like a straight up gangster and doesn't give a fuck about any
who's
of that.
Who's more of the chiseled chin guy that John DiMaggio played.
Yeah. The one that actually gets its neck snapped by the Batman.
Yeah.
Ooh. So there's
old.
There's like the good version of Jokers, like Jared Leto.
Define
if by good you mean shouldn't have happened. Yes.
Jared Leto does run a cult, on an island.
Guys, can we vote Adrian off the podcast?
For what?
I vote yes.
All right, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Can I disagree?
No.
Oh wow, we haven't heard that in a while.
I mean, you can.
Overruled.
To get me off the podcast, we need 50% of the vote and +1.
Hey, Mike.
So I have yes. Corey has no. Mike obviously has yes.
Mike, you're the deal breaker here.
Mike. It was Mike's idea.
Yeah.
He hasn't voted.
He said, yeah. That's true. He still hasn't voted.
Okay, so I vote Adrian stays.
Damn it. Well, 50-50.
I tried.
Well, guys, let's get in touch with Ian.
In the event of a tie, nothing happens.
No. I feel like this would be fine if it was just 3 people.
See, guys, this is great. Guys, this is great. It's always sunny, and this is exactly when democracy fails.
Yes,
every time. Anyway,
okay, so we have a tie. No, but
you were there for every big moment in 2020.
No, but one of my favorite moments in the trial episode when they have Batman on trial is after. So pretty much they tell this girl, this public defender pretty much or whatever, she thinks that Batman, and this is a good kind of question in general about Batman, does Batman help the city from these crazy people or does he create these people? So she's kind of on the side that these people exist because of Batman. So they pretty much kidnap her, they kidnap Batman, they make her defend Batman, and she hates him. But they say, if you defend him successfully, you both get to leave. If he goes down, you go down with him. So she actually, even though Joker's the judge, she makes a case that all these people would be this fucking nuts even without Batman. And Joker and the jury is all the fucking criminals. So you think that, but they actually say Batman's not guilty. Joker's like, but since we're these terrible people you're talking about, we're just gonna kill you anyway. so they take Batman and her in the back room, and she had this They have Batman.
Giggity.
They have giggity. But she put this batarang in her like coat pocket earlier in the episode. Batman's all tied up, so she takes it out and like breaks a light with the batarang, and he escapes. And Joker's like, okay, nobody panic. And it's dark. They turn around and see Harley tied upside down. He said, okay, let's start panicking.
Okay, let's start panicking.
And then Batman just starts fucking kicking ass.
Ass
Of
kick.
course.
I love
Ass-
the action scenes in that show, especially
yeah.
the explosions,
So
like
good.
the fire, the way they did fire and stuff in that
And
show was so.
the way they
clean.
use shadows and stuff.
Their lighting was
Yeah.
super good and way ahead of its time. That was like one of the best
was.
looking cartoons of its time, hands down. Like think about Spider-Man and X-Men, and then think about Batman the Animated Series. It was like an entire like level above them. in
Oh, for
visual.
sure. Yeah, for sure. That animation style was fucking awesome.
Mike, if we're boring you, you can leave. You can just fuck right off.
I'm not bored. I'm just listening.
He just
Leans back, yawning, slouching in his chair.
well, in Mike's defense, he said this is what he'd be doing this episode.
It's true. His ADD's in full effect.
This is
Corey's been staring at his phone for an hour. I know, you have notes and stuff.
Yeah, I'm actually looking.
Or
at
you're
something.
texting Mike.
No, not this time.
Is that Jeff Goldblum?
It
Jeff
is.
Goldblum isn't in Batman.
Well,
Oh.
it depends how you think about it, really. Because, well, technically,
Oh, Batman.
No.
He wears that.
No.
Nice. Yes, I like that.
Yes, that
Jeff-
cow. It's just with his rigid ears. I just love that.
that's awesome. Jeff Goldblum's The Fly. The Fly's no, I got nothing.
The Fly is a creature with wings, like a bat.
Like a bat.
Fly.
Bat fly.
Batman. Fly, the man. The man was a fly. Fly, Batman. It's
Fly, Batman, fly.
Fly, Batman, fly. Fly, you fools.
Up and away, Batman.
Fly, you fools. Fly.
Up and away, Batman.
And yes.
Okay,
Sam
speaking of
Raimi.
Yeah, speaking of a joke about Superman, there's one episode of I think it was Superman the Animated Series that I want to talk about in regards to this,
Uh-huh.
because it's an episode where Bruce is like hurt and needs like an actual day off, so Superman dresses up as Batman
Oh, yeah.
and does all the Gotham stuff, and he fights Bane and just mollywops him.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It's like, when did you get so strong? It's just fucking
Bane's like, what the fuck?
You know, Superman inadvertently made all of the Rogues Gallery try harder.
And
And
they
then
just
Batman's
couldn't.
job was just harder because
Yeah, it's like, man, he really stepped his game up.
Bane's like, I need more Titan.
More better, more
Bane.
better, where is she?
He,
When
he,
fucking-
he did so much Titan, he became the Bane from the movie Bane.
When Batman
Been
when Batman comes back from, like when Superman's done replacing him, Batman comes out, they just fuck him up. Batman's like, Jesus, what's happening here? They're like, wait, why aren't you really strong
he
anymore?
is. Get him! Like 7 people come rolling out. It's like Joker, Riddler, Kriller Croc, Bane, Clayface, Condiment Man. You know, his biggest villains.
Yeah, which totally, by the way, if all these people just ganged up on Batman, they'd totally kill him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the point of comic books, is that villains don't want to work together and share the glory. They all want it for themselves. So,
Yeah.
like, heroes work
But
together.
the animated series, it happens a few times.
Oh yeah,
I guess they still fail.
yeah. I mean, he's Batman.
Yeah, I like in Almost Got Him. I like how they all have their different theories about Two-Face. Like Two-Face is like, that's where you're wrong. I don't think it's one guy. They think like
Oh,
multiple
yeah.
people. They think there's multiple Batmen.
Yeah.
Which really just man, they just nailed like Batman so well in that show, which the
I
movies
mean-
didn't really until more recently.
To kind of go off of what you're saying, Adrian, about them ganging up on him, like, do you really think a guy who has a contingency plan for the entire Justice League is going to get bested by these villains?
The man who killed Batman certainly had a good chance.
Yeah, Scumbag Jim or whatever killed him pretty good.
Well, listen, he didn't have a
Sid the
contingency
Sloth
plan.
from fucking Ice Age killed him. I think anyone can.
He didn't have a contingency plan.
Batman fell off the roof.
I almost
He didn't have
spit my pop out.
He didn't have a contingency plan for that guy because that guy's a nobody. He
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
That's my point.
Bruce is like, I'm going to fuck this guy up. I'm dead.
He's prepared for everything except the true dangers of the world.
He's prepared for everything but the unexpected.
Some like fucking 14-year-old like e-sports kid like fucking breaks a keyboard and the cat goes flying out his window. Batman slips on it, falls off the roof, and dies.
No. Oh yeah, and
Martha.
and another great fucking funny moment.
Save Martha.
Oh god damn it!
Why'd you say that name?
Yeah, another funny moment from Almost Got Him.
Martha
Two-
Amendment.
Fucking, I can't
What's
remember.
your favorite Martha Wayne moment? Yeah.
Well, you know when the
Guys,
one where
the
she gets
Martha
shot
joke
and dies?
is over.
What's up, guys, and welcome to my top 5 Martha Wayne moments.
I
Oh,
especially
shot.
like
I'm dead.
this. I especially like this part where she died. Yeah.
Check back for episodes 27, 55, and 82 for the other ones.
The other ones.
Spoiler alert. She's not alive in any of them.
Yeah, but another funny moment from Almost Got Him is when they're sitting at the table. I don't know if this is like canonical to a version of the comic books, but I guess in the animated series, it's pretty well established that Poison Ivy and Harvey Dent used to date at one point.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'd hook up with Poison Ivy.
So Poison Ivy said like Poison Ivy made a smart ass comment at the poker table, and Two-Face, he said, half of me would like to strangle you. And she says, what would the other half like to do? He said, hit you with a truck. She looks at the rest of them. She's like, we used to date. Joker's just like, ah. Oh, God. Yeah, the show's funny. It's got a lot of good comedy.
Yeah.
in it.
Oh yeah.
Poison Ivy
way-
was like
the way you said
basically
that.
the Jessica Rabbit of the series.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I get that. The
Yeah.
way Adrian said that, he's like, the show's funny. Like, he's trying to convince us that it's funny.
Guys,
Like,
listen.
listen, guys, it's
It's
funny.
It sprinkled humor in really well. Like even in serious moments, the Joker just would like Animaniac style look at the camera and be
Yeah.
like, and shit like that.
And they did a good job of never having Batman be the one making the joke, because that's not what would happen.
Unless he was Bruce Wayne making a joke.
I guess Bruce Wayne can make some innuendos that are kind of funny and stuff, but
This Bruce Wayne wasn't like totally helpless. He was really good at being
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne.
yeah, he wasn't like a Christian Bale Bruce Wayne that never comes out of the house and he's hobbled. And,
I am only the knight.
But
Wait, Christian
But he-
Bale. Oh, you mean Dark Knight Rises?
yeah.
Okay.
but Bruce Wayne and
that
Batman
fact?
sound the exact same in the animated series.
And that's
Why is that?
it's always been that way.
Oh. That's
Fucking
weird.
Christian Bale's the only person who ever thought they needed
You
to
don't-
have a different voice.
You don't really have to change your voice unless you have like a. If you sound like
I'd
Steven
rather-
Tyler, I'd
Listen,
change my voice to be Batman.
I beg to differ because every superhero show makes a distorted voice somehow because
Yeah.
they know that the person they're talking to that knows them would easily recognize their voice.
But most
tell us Clark
mov-
Kent
most movie Batman don't
or the Flash.
change their voice.
The Flash has never changed his voice except when he, literally forcefully vibrates his vocal cords.
Yeah,
to
I was going
change
to say
his
he
voice.
definitely does that.
I'm Barry. I'm Barry. We're Barry.
Yeah. Barry.
We're Barry.
That trailer's hot as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually does look good.
Yeah.
And
that's
which
I was
means
worried
it's
about the
probably gonna
trailer,
suck.
but
No, that movie's gonna be good. But
What movie?
Don't look out
Flash.
for part 2.
Oh yeah, no shit.
We were just talking about the trailer.
listen, I know James Gunn took over DC and he has to say nice things, but he literally watched this and said, I'm not even saying this just because I took over DC. This is the best superhero movie I've ever watched, and I can't wait for you all to see it.
Oh shit.
I believe James Gunn.
Does that mean that Ezra Miller he might bring him back after all?
He's already back. Actually, they're working.
really?
They're working with them to make them a better person, apparently, and they're going to use Ezra Miller more.
So speaking of that episode where Batman just kicks the shit out of the Joker,
Yeah.
which episode
Wait,
is
which
that?
one?
I don't know. I didn't actually have a segue. I just said that.
Yeah, we've had varying segues today.
Did he ever really super beat the Joker in this show? I don't know that he did.
No, not really.
Yeah, I don't think he brutally beat
Just
Joker.
brutality to him.
Batman needs Joker as much as Joker needs Batman.
Who's your...
That's somewhat true.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying things.
Mike, do you have any questions for us about the show or the games, I guess, since you didn't really play them either?
Well, you know...
Yeah, I guess he didn't. Do you even know who Kevin Conroy is?
Yes, I know
Mike,
Kevin Conroy.
are you a fan of DC at all, you
Yes.
poser?
No, okay, hey, Mike, here's a question. What is your, like, you like DC clearly. What is your love of Batman? Is it...
Do you care about him at all?
Yeah, would you consider yourself like a big fan of Batman?
Yeah, I love
On a scale of 1 to 10, how bat are you?
How bad are you?
How bad?
10 is Barry Allen. 1 is, I don't know, who do you hate in DC? Superman?
Condiment Man.
Hey,
That's not a fair judgment. Everybody hates Condiment.
hey, Condiment Man keeps secret packets of hot sauce to put down people's throat.
No.
Oh,
Oh,
man,
I thought that was to
I like
share
him.
with them while they're eating hot dogs.
No, I've every Batman movie pretty much I've loved except for the one. There's definitely one out there that's not good.
What?
Actually, there's two. We won't talk about
What,
we won't
Dark
go-
Knight?
we won't-
Dark Knight.
No. No, I was gonna say we aren't gonna go that far back.
Batman versus the Condiment King.
Batman Begins, I see.
Right.
Are you talking about the fucking the rubber shark?
Yeah, I'm talking about bam, pow.
So, are you actually a Batman fan to any degree, other than like you think the movies are, as you would say, they're cool?
Yeah, no, I'm. They're awesome, except for Batman and Robin. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, that movie sucks, Dick.
It got Mr. Freeze right.
Yeah,
No, it did.
I do. I mean, of course, I enjoy the movies. They've been done really well. In fact, the very last one was damn near perfect.
Didn't say movies, said Batman.
But Batman himself,
Out of curiosity, though, you're like a moderate gamer. Is there a reason you never played the Arkham games?
I think we're getting to the truth here.
No, we kind of already touched on that in a previous episode.
Oh, we did?
That was during the phase where I was mostly into first-person shooters, and
Oh, okay.
when I was that
I don't
kind
listen
of
to
gamer.
the show.
Right. Thanks for listening, Adrian.
Well, Mike, I suggest you go back and play them. They're
yeah,
still, they still hold up.
especially
Mike,
now. Like
I
I've been
suggest you
playing-
give us a straight answer on how you feel about Batman because you keep tiptoeing around it.
No.
Well,
I want to know.
I definitely love Batman more than I like Superman.
Yeah.
That's still not an answer. Mike.
It's not really.
You're getting to a point where I'm
Because you
upset.
really don't like Superman, so that's not a very good answer.
Well, I like Smallville.
Oh my god!
We're not
Mike,
talking about Superman.
Do you like Batman? Yes or
Yes,
no?
I like Batman.
How much?
He's probably he's like my third or fourth favorite hero in
I don't think
DC.
that's true. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Why? Okay.
In DC.
In
Yes.
on a scale of 1 to 10, Superman being a 1, Flash being a 10, where is Batman on that? On
He's
the
like a
scale?
7.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's
okay.
come on, he's a badass dude. He
I
doesn't
know
have
it's
any
just
superpowers.
the way you answered that
He's got
question
the-
every
I mean-
time was so fucking. I'm gonna skirt around the answer. I'm gonna skirt around the answer.
It's kind of like we kind of got an awesome version of Batman, except with a bow and arrow with the TV show Arrow.
Never, ever, 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 ever say that to me again.
I have no context.
Aside from the first season, he pretty much stole all of his villains. So
That
there's
was Stephen Amell or whatever. Amell?
Stephen Amell.
Yeah.
A meal.
meal.
Stephen Amell.
He is a meal in that show, if you know what I mean.
Come on, Adrian.
He's got cake.
Adrian. He was Casey Jones.
Yeah,
What?
God,
He was
yeah.
Casey Jones.
And what was the movie Shadows of?
Shadows of bullshit.
I thought he meant Secret of the Ooze.
Shadows of Michael.
I mean,
That's not-
the original Ninja Turtles. I
No.
was gonna say he'd be way too young to play.
he's good, Casey Jones.
But as far as the games go, back to Adrian's question.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched my brother play them, but I wasn't really into those kind of games at the time. Like right now, I'm playing Hogwarts Legacy with Amber, and I fucking love that game.
Is it amazing?
And it's so fucking
spoiler
amazing.
free, please. I've yet.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say. I'm just gonna say, like, as far as like the controls, the graphics, everything is amazing. So, and I absolutely love fighting in that game.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's one thing I was worried about.
Dude, you could do like these combos and shit. They're awesome. It's fucking fantastic.
Perfect.
So with that being said, I feel like
I'd like some pound cake.
Sorry, go on.
I feel like me now would love the Arkham games. So
yeah, you would definitely love the Arkham games.
Yeah.
And
you can start with Asylum. It actually started off really.
You can buy that 3-pack for like probably $5 now.
I'd actually argue that Asylum is my favorite of the Arkham games because the story is it's just more structured and concise.
Yes, I think Corey, you're probably the same as me, right? It kind of goes back and forth every day. Asylum and City, or are you more in one camp?
They go back and forth for me. But if you were to ask me right now, it's probably City, just because of all the extra stuff you can do. But tomorrow, I could pop in Asylum and be like, oh no, this is the best one.
I don't like Asylum is just like a more it's like more bite sized in a way, but it's just it's more focused on its story than like the running around.
It's more focused.
There was one I played.
Other than the final boss, which just annoys me every time I get there.
Way too easy.
I did play one of them, and I remember the controls for like the Bat Tank or whatever the fuck it was.
Oh, that's Arkham Knight.
Awful.
See,
that's like Knight 4, Mike. That's like 4.
Arkham Knight's good, but there's way too much fucking Batmobile stuff.
Yeah,
or Bat Tank.
Yeah, they loved their Batmobile so much that they made you use it all
the fucking
the very first time I used it, I was so lost. I was like, this is stupid.
It's tank controls. Forward means up, means forward.
Mike always finds a way to pick the worst of a series and be like,
I know. This clearly highlights everything about the entire series, and everybody that likes it is wrong. Mike.
That's a really good Mike impression.
I like that you threw in him saying his own name there.
Honestly, if I had my eyes closed, I would think that was Mike.
I mean, Mike definitely approves.
Now, see, that's not a good Mike impression.
You need to work on that a little bit. Mike, you need to work
sorry.
on that.
I slip in and out of it from time to time, guys. I'm trying.
I lost it. No, but here's one thing. Here's one thing I want to talk about. The animated series did. I kind of wish Christopher Nolan would have done this. Maybe you guys don't think it would have worked in the context of those movies. So on all these iterations of Harvey Dent, obviously Batman and Harvey, and most of them are good friends before his transformation.
Way more than you realize.
Yeah, but Harvey always seems to have like this duality, right? These two different personalities.
Yeah.
He's like,
they call him Two-Face before he's ever Two-Face.
Yeah, exactly. Because he said in The Dark Knight, he said, "What's that name they had for me down at the precinct?" But
I wouldn't know anything about that.
I wouldn't know anything about that, Harvey. But I almost wish they would have introduced Harvey maybe a little bit in Batman Begins, and we could have had more time with him seeing his duality. Like before, yeah, I would have liked to see the dark side. Because in The Dark Knight, he's just like this white knight. He's like this perfect figure, and I didn't know he was such like he struggled with this evil side. I would have liked to see that.
It's not even that he had struggled with an evil side. Like deep down, he wanted the exact same thing Bruce wanted.
Yeah,
like justice. But like, just like Bruce, he saw these guys, and sometimes his mind went to the darker place. It was like maybe like
he skated
putting him in jail means nothing.
He skated more past the gray area than Batman was willing to.
Yeah, like have you guys played the Telltale Batman game?
No.
No, not yet.
That's a really good Batman story.
See, my actual favorite Batman comic is called The Long Halloween, and it's the birth of Two-Face. It's it's like the entire Batman meets Harvey. They spend like 2 years investigating this crime. By the end, Two-Face is born, and Batman fails to solve the mystery because of stuff. I don't want to really ruin it because it's so good. But
wait a minute, Adrian, are you ever going to read this comic?
No.
All right. Okay. So there's a killer going around, like imitating like calendar stuff. So it's like
Calendar Man.
No.
It's calendar.
He kind of comes up, but he's not exactly it.
Oh, okay.
But it ends up being Harvey's
Calendar barrage.
Harvey's wife.
Oh.
It was Harvey doing these things, like getting rid of these criminals. He finally like snapped, and Harvey's wife found out and was destroying evidence that Batman could never put it together.
Okay.
And that was kind of like how Two-Face was really born. But it was to the point where Batman revealed his real identity to him and everything. Like that's how close they were.
Oh, Batman told Harvey that he was Bruce Wayne?
Batman, Jim, and Harvey out to the point where the three of them trusted each other completely. And the only way to like solve this crime required that. So Batman revealed his identity to both of them.
Okay. So it wasn't like a Dark Knight Rises Bruce Wayne situation?
No, it was literally like a story that took place over like 2 years in the world. Like they were working on this for like almost 2 years in the comic.
I feel like when people tell me about comic stories all the time, they sound fucking awesome, but I just don't read them. I have to learn how to read.
It's not even a lot of reading. It's more like looking at cool.
Yeah, there's barely
pictures.
any reading.
Like great illustration with just a couple word
bubbles. A 3-year-old could read
with
these.
word bubbles.
No, I mean I need to learn to read in general.
Yeah.
Sometimes a page is just a big ass sweet like animated kick to the face.
That's awesome.
When you hear like the word. Like the words a full page spread, they took both pages for one giant image, and it's like beautiful.
And there's not even always words on that page.
I just want to read a comic where there's no words.
There's a lot of
It's called a movie.
No words.
Oh, whoa! Are those available to watch?
Yeah, I'll give you the entire list of MCU.
Yeah, but I can only do it with subtitles.
No, but I want to watch. I want to watch good movies, though.
That's what I just said.
No, I'm joking. There's plenty of good MCU movies.
Adrian, I bet you're the kind of guy who says, "I'm never reading anything," but you watch every movie with subtitles turned on.
Oh, I gotta have subtitles on.
Oh, I hate you. I don't read anything except everything I watch.
I will rewind a movie and turn the subtitles on if I didn't catch what somebody said. I can't understand.
I just leave the subtitles on.
I put subtitles on in Spanish so I can learn Spanish, but I haven't learned anything.
I think there's a better way to do it.
I just watched the entire movie pissed that those words are on the screen.
If only there was an easier
Batman.
way.
El Fuego, El Bato.
On fire, Batman.
You know what's really annoying is when you share like an account with somebody and then you go to watch it and suddenly subtitles are on and you didn't fucking turn them on. You're like, what the fuck is this?
I give you my streaming service.
Happens to
and
me
you make changes?
Pay like the $3 to give them their own profile. Come on.
Yeah, Mike, no password sharing. Didn't you see what Netflix said?
It's actually HBO Max, so.
Oh.
Yeah, HBO.
Mike, you fucker. HBO Max has Batman the Animated Series.
HBO Max? Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The entire series.
Man, I would have done more than watch recaps if I knew that.
You literally have the service.
And you came up with the idea for this episode 2 months ago. You and Adrian.
Well, I did.
Oh, you and Adrian made this schedule 2 months ago.
I don't come up with ideas.
And then we changed it 100 times.
I know.
Hey, I only change it when there's legitimate reasons.
Yeah. We figured Super Mario Brothers. Me and Mike figured out that's perfect timing. Our episode would come out 3 days before the movie drops.
Wait, you changed it again?
Yeah, you commented on that one.
We told you guys.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, guys, Adrian and I changed the schedule just to fuck with them all the time.
No, do you have any questions for us about the actual on-topic discussion?
I want to go through a few episodes real quick because some of this will be deleted out. So I want to, we got to at least talk about a few of episodes that I think are really good. Yeah. I'm sure.
You've said the word episode a lot this episode.
All of them.
Fuck. See, Doug, now I'm in my head again.
Hold on, Adrian.
Well, here's the thing about the cake. They roll the cake in, and then when
all
Harley has
the episodes
cake,
are good.
Harley rolls in the cake.
All the episodes are good. All these episodes are varying degrees of good.
Is he pushing a cake in on wheels, or is he rolling around in a cake?
Well, Joker's in the cake. She's rolling the cake.
So there's a cake
in the cake.
Is it a 2-tier or 3-tier cake?
3-tier.
It's 3.
Okay.
3-tier.
It's a cupcake.
That was Mike's first question of the episode. Is it a 2-tier cake or a 3-tier cake?
Mike, do you have any questions for us? No.
How many tiers is the cake? How many layers?
What kind of cake?
What are we talking here?
Is it Marlboro? Is it vanilla or chocolate?
Did you say Marlboro?
I thought so too. I thought so too.
It's not Marlboro or Newport.
Hey, honey, fuck, come in here. They brought us the Marlboro cake.
Just like the one mom.
I'm sorry to use that voice. I don't know why that. That guy's a smoker, but
That sounds about right.
No, it's correct.
yeah, that's
Oh,
correct.
sweetheart, I made you a marble cake for your birthday.
You sound like the fucking wife
That's
from
also
Rocko's
correct.
Modern Life, the Toads.
That was the
God.
point. Mr. and Mrs. Beghead.
Oh, you meant to do that voice intentionally?
Well, that's just like my joke voice about like when
Oh,
you
okay.
smoke way
Oh,
too many
baby.
cigarettes.
Rocco? Mrs. Bighead?
I make fun of people that smoke cigarettes. I do.
Yeah.
It's my thing.
Me
It's
too.
my thing. Okay, so the Gray Ghost. Do you guys know Beware the Gray Ghost?
That's the one where they brought Adam West back.
Adam West.
Wasn't that episode
Adam West.
the base of the Mask of the Phantasm movie as well?
Thank you.
Holy
I'm gonna.
R.I.P.
Yeah, so that's where. Wait, is Adam West dead?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yes!
it's been
a
for
long time
years,
ago.
dude.
I'm
Thanks,
turning into Doug.
Is that me? Do I do
Yeah,
that?
remember, you're
Yeah, all
always
the
like, are they
time.
dead?
Well, that's because I don't pay attention to celebrity gossip like you guys.
So the Gray
But you
Ghost.
knew Adam West was dead.
Oh yeah, clearly.
Adam-
What kind of idiot wouldn't know that?
Okay, so you guys. So the Gray Ghost basically is
Andrew
like.
could only say his name and his voice.
That's the only impression I can do of Adam West. So the Gray Ghost is basically a TV show that was on when Bruce was a kid,
Yeah.
and it's like his hero. He went around fighting crime. So Gotham has.
Not Zorro.
He kind of looked like Zorro.
Kind of looked like Zorro, but
If you remember,
his mask was more like Coke bottle glasses.
Was
Than,
the theme song
Oh,
to
yeah.
this show Foo Fighters' Hero?
Foo Fighters, right? That's the one where they're like, "I want a hero,
I want a hero, baby.
and he's gotta be strong." It's
and
weird.
he's
It was weird.
gotta hold me.
It was weird
For
for
sure.
Dave Grohl to
Gotta be
sing that,
strong.
but
it was.
I
really
would
weird.
totally listen to Dave Grohl sing that.
I would
I
too.
would let.
I
I would-
need a
I-
hero.
I would let Dave Grohl hold me into the night with the.
Absolutely. So the great. What are we talking about?
Dave Grohl, clearly.
The
That was
Gray-
a really good way to distract Adrian, guys. He's been trying to be so on point too.
The great.
The Great Ghost.
The great.
I
The
feel-
great Gatsby.
I feel like we're the reason he loses his focus so much.
Wait, what was this?
I was cheering.
Great
The
Gatsby.
Great
Oh,
Gatsby.
you were doing the drink.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the
The
great.
gentleman. Anyway,
The gentleman. Yeah, so this was cool because they played the meta of Kevin Conroy being Batman and Adam West being the original Batman in an episode together, and they're like fighting side by side. But it's kind of weird to see.
I don't think I remember that episode at
Even though
all.
the Gray Ghost, the guy
I don't
who played
remember that
him,
either.
the actor who played him's actually kind of like a coward. Not a coward, but he's a little more scared than his persona
Yeah,
was.
he's just an actor. Like it was just a part.
Yeah,
It's kind of that. Don't be careful if you meet your heroes.
Yeah,
Tell me your heroes.
he makes that clear to Bruce, like in the episode too. He's like, "Dude, I'm an actor. I played a part. I'm not a superhero." Yeah, it's kind of a different take on Bruce Wayne though, because I've never seen him like have an idol. It kind of brings out his childhood side. But the ghost ends up stepping up and helping him because this mad bomber in Gotham City, he's basing his crimes around an episode of this old show. So the Gray
Yeah.
Ghost like helps Batman solve this crime. And at the end, Bruce Wayne goes to get his book signed by I can't remember the guy's name, but the Gray Ghost. He goes to get his book signed, the movie signed by him,
Simon Trent.
Simon Trent, and he kind of gives him a little wink and nod. So I think the Gray Ghost knows that Bruce Wayne is Batman because he tells him when he's dressed up as Batman, like, I watched your show with my dad when I was a kid. I always looked up to you. And then as Bruce, he says that as he's walking away, he gets it signed and he says, I watched your show with my dad as a kid. You were my hero. And he says, oh, really? And he says, and you still are. And he walks away. And so I think he lets him know, like, hey, motherfucker, I'm Batman.
You didn't say that right. I'm Batman.
Wait, he said that as Bruce?
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm not Batman. You're still wearing the mat.
You're still wearing
no, I'm not.
when that
Do I
when
still have
that
that pant?
when that episode was written, they decided that if they couldn't get Adam West to be the Gray Ghost, they weren't doing that episode.
They weren't doing the
were gonna scrap
episode.
it.
They
Right.
get Captain Morgan to do it instead of the Grey Goose.
Grey Goose. Yeah, that part was literally reserved Adam West or we don't make the episode.
Yeah.
Adam West or I send it back.
Which it is a throwaway episode, so they wouldn't have needed.
You know
it.
the scary part is, thank God that came before Family Guy because Adam West probably would have said that.
And then Three more. I'm just going to fly through them real quick here. Corey, you probably remember this one. At least this one stuck with me a lot. Baby Doll.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
Yeah, so Baby Doll is you have this.
Yeah.
You remember that one?
Yeah.
So this little girl was part of like this hit sitcom 20 years ago, and she has like that disease where your body doesn't physically age. It's like the Andy Milonakis. It's like kind of what Orphan's based on the movie. And so this new kid comes in, and he's like a new actor in the show. He kind of takes her spotlight, so she leaves the show. And like 20 years later, she tried to be a serious actress, and she like failed miserably. So like 20 years later, she goes crazy and kidnaps everybody from the old show, and she tries to recreate it. But like what's fucked up is they recreate an episode where she had a birthday. Here we go, fucking cakes again.
You do love your cakes.
This is the cake episode. We were just pretending it was about Batman.
But she recreates this one episode where it was her birthday, but instead of candles, she uses fucking dynamite in the cake in the thing. And she literally, she's so fucking psychotic that she just wants to blow them all up together, and she wants to die with them. She was that obsessed with the show. And so at the end, of course, Batman comes and saves the day. But it's one of the sadder episodes because you figure out, Harley says during the episode that there was a way they could have cured her during the show, but it was so popular at the time that she was making them money, they didn't tell her about the treatment, so she never aged.
Christ.
Yeah, it's really fucking sad because when she's running from Batman, she goes to this carnival in this room of trick mirrors, and in one of them she sees what she would have looked like as a full-grown adult, and that's when she kind of snaps to like how crazy she's been, and she just like is bawling her eyes out, and Batman just comes and like puts his hand on her shoulder, and she starts crying.
Yeah, the episode ends with her like crying at his feet.
Yeah, it's really fucking emotional. They were actually going to end it with Batman crying too and like walking her to the police station, but they said Batman doesn't cry, so that's why they ended it that way.
Good. I mean, it's true.
Yeah, but that episode fucking stuck with me.
No, like that's a good one. That's one that I think people like. I forgot about it until you said it. Then it was like, oh yeah.
And then the girl probably popped up in your head, the little blonde curls.
Oh, I could see her instantly.
Yep. And then the other two I wanted to bring up real quick. Doug, you talked about the one, Matt as a Hatter.
Yeah,
I love
really. Good one.
I've seen this episode.
I figured you'd probably, yeah. This is a great fucking episode. This guy pretty much finds a way to use these microtrips.
Well, he was on LSD, man.
Adrian, did you micro trip before this episode? Like, come on, man.
So this guy uses microtransactions to own some noobs.
Oh, cryptocurrency.
Oh, so this episode's about EA Sports or EA and how they've ruined
Madden and
EA Sports. It is in the game.
I heard you can buy wins with crypto now.
Buy wins? Yeah, bro, my Mad record's 100-0. Yeah. Never played a game.
It's the Pete Rose DLC.
I don't even own it.
That's my Pete Rose baseball. Yeah, so Mad Hatter, this doctor, the scientist, figures out a way to use microchips to control people. And it's really fucking dark because these two guys attack him and his assistant Alice. He takes her on a date because she broke up with her boyfriend. And these two guys try to rob them, and he puts these like cards in their head, and he fucking tells them to go jump off a bridge and kill themselves. It's really fucking dark, yeah.
I do remember that episode.
Maybe.
Well, they jump. Batman stops them, like he's trying to stop them, and they're like, "No, we must listen." They jump off the bridge, but he uses his fucking grappling hook to save them.
Batman's a party pooper.
Yep. So the guy's obsessed with fucking Alice in Wonderland, and it's really fucked up because he like forces. This guy breaks up with his girlfriend that he's obsessed with. They get back together. They get engaged. And this guy with mind control forces the guy to break up with her again and puts a fucking card in her head to make her like just be a lifeless fucking pretty much puppet to love him.
Vegetable.
A vegetable. Yeah, exactly.
Which they tackled that in Gotham, that character.
Oh, did they?
Yep.
Yeah, I never knew enough about the Mad Hatter, but
they had a lot of like relatively unknown villains throughout the Gotham show.
That's cool. They put a little shine on the unknown.
Honestly, it's crazy they even did Mad Hatter in the animated series because he's kind of a little more adult.
He's obviously kind of
he's fucking intense.
Yeah,
yeah.
He fucks intense.
He fucks intense.
He even leaves the door open, so if you walk by, you see it happening.
Yeah,
Not
but
without cards.
not without Coops. No, I brought up Dane this episode. No,
that Coops.
I swore never again.
Mad Hatter doesn't do it. Mad Hatter doesn't do anything. It's all about the implication of him doing something.
It's about the implication. Yeah, but
like when he tells them to go jump off the bridge and die,
it's fucked up.
He's not killing them. He's telling them.
He's not killing them.
He's like,
telling
just
them to piss off.
Just do it. Just do it.
It's
Piss
the
off.
implication.
Yeah,
Okay.
so being like
do it.
being someone who loved the show when I was younger, but I was a kid, like I didn't remember a lot of these stories. I didn't realize looking back, a lot of my favorite episodes I enjoy watching revolve around the Mad Hatter. I really like him in the animated series as a character.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of like, when we did our Batman episode, like the Batman,
Yeah,
and we were talking about like villains to show up in the next one.
yeah. You
was
said
kind of
Mad
hoping
Hatter,
that
right?
Yeah, I said I was hoping that he'd be like a cool side villain that might show up.
Yeah, not like the primary focus of the movie. But...
he can't be. I don't feel like you can make a full movie on him. You might, but
right. You don't think he's going to carry the movie?
no, unless they get some fucking amazing actor like they did for the Riddler.
Like, clearly, they'd have to get Billy D. Williams.
Billy D. Williams.
The only way to carry a Batman movie.
That's
into the trash.
That's just true. Well, until you said the trash thing. And then the last one, Dreams in the Darkness. And I'm not going to go over this story because if you've seen Batman Begins, you've seen Dreams in the Darkness. It's about Scarecrow tainting the water supply of Gotham. But what's cooler about
Someone poison the water hole.
Someone poison the water hole. But what's cooler about the animated version of it is that Batman gets exposed to the fear toxin like he does in the movie, but they throw his ass in Arkham. He's like in a straitjacket and shit, and they think he's delusional.
But he's still Batman, or is he Bruce Wayne when he's in Arkham?
He's Batman, yeah. They don't take his fucking mask off him. Which looks really weird. It's just Batman on a straitjacket. Yeah.
You would think, like, what?
But it is really cool in the episode because the doctor wants to treat him, but they tell him, just like in the movie, remember when he gets the cure for the toxin and he's like, how long have I been sleeping? And they say, 2 days, Mr. Wayne. They do that in the animated series. She said, I can give you this cure, but it's going to put you down for 48 hours. And he said, we don't have that long. So he decides instead to fucking try to stop Crane while he's seeing all these horrific images instead of going down for 2 days.
Is that the episode where like he sees his parents and they're like really creepy fucking looking?
It's really fucking cool. There's a lot of good shots in this episode.
Hey,
like,
I saw this one.
See? He sees them in the alley and he's like chasing them as Batman. And a tunnel they go through, it goes back to Batman. It goes back to the tunnel and it ends up being like the barrel of a gun. It's a really fucking cool transition.
He's trying to fight him, but he's still seeing all these crazy things like Roombas and Christopher McDonald and
Roombas. Oh god.
And baths.
Oh god, in the future, vacuums will be self-sufficient.
Did you say Babs like Babs Bunny?
No. Baths.
Babs. Oh. I saw what you're doing there now.
Oh, most people know me as Shooter McGavin. Thank you for that.
I find that my left arm's just a little bit longer than my right.
Just a little bit longer than mine.
But there's so many fucking episodes we could talk about. Those were just a couple I wanted to go over. I wanted to just get them in there real quick.
No, those are all good ones.
Overall, I love this fucking series. For being a kid show, it's very, very tailored to adults as well. It deals with fucking depression and suicide, physical and mental abuse, the way Joker is with Harley.
Kids like they were morons, like a lot of cartoons.
Absolutely.
Cartoons, especially nowadays, are terrible.
Yeah, they could have just as easily made this a kid's cartoon, and they wanted to deal with real fucking things, losing family, loved ones, everything else. I said depression, fucking suicide, mental abuse, like Joker fucking. And that's another thing we talked about it a little bit earlier. To all the people that say they want. You see the Facebook post like, I want a relationship like Joker and Harley. Like, you clearly have never read the comics. You've never watched this fucking show.
Have a dozen times if you look at their older hit posts.
He's always fucking, yeah. He fucking always laughs at her expense. He fucking slaps her around. He pushes her out of a building at one point.
There's a couple plans where she's supposed to die. With like grenades and shit. He's like,
there's one storyline where he literally rapes her in the back of a car.
Whoa!
They did one storyline.
That's like a comic storyline?
Yeah. Yep.
Isn't that how she gets pregnant?
Yeah, and then she gets pregnant with his kid, and she has
And
to hide in the
refuses-
sewer because
Yeah.
And she's
he
so-
won't accept it. And...
Oh,
And
so it's
she's
like
just
Halloween
okay
ends. She
No,
hides in the sewer.
There's actually an episode. There's actually an episode about their kid in
Yeah.
Batman Beyond, isn't there? How Batman ends up saving her.
There
and her
might be.
Kid from
I don't remember
Joker.
Batman Beyond as much. The only question that I want to ask is, even though I think I'm going to take Joker out of the running for this because he's kind of an obvious answer for most people, but do you have a favorite villain outside the Joker Batman dynamic?
Like in general, or in regards to the
In this
series?
show?
In the series, I'm gonna go with Joker.
Yeah, I think I second that.
It's like you
Joker,
didn't listen
definitely.
at all.
The other
Sorry, what?
Joker.
Harley Quinn.
I'll go with Jack Napier.
Yeah, Jack Napier, or Red Hood's really good.
I'm gonna go with Jerome. Classic.
Jerome Bettis, he was a great villain.
I'll go
in the
with
Rose
he
Alley.
was. That was really weird when he
They
was
called
an
him the
actual
Fridge.
boss.
He was like a henchman for Mr. Freeze. He was the fridge.
No, that was William
No,
Perry.
That was just
That was William Perry. See, guys, we made it topical to the Super Bowl right at the end. All right, surprise, guys! 2 more hours now. It's football talk.
Quick aside, that was a really, really fucking good game. Mike's opinion sucks, so we're not gonna sit around and talk.
I mean,
about
look at Mike's chair. It's red and black. He's clearly a Chiefs fan.
it.
Hey, yeah.
Isn't that the Atlanta Falcons colors?
Well, Chiefs are. Well, I guess they're red and yellow.
I also have a red and black chair.
Stop poking holes, Mike. You love the Chiefs, okay?
I don't hate them.
Yeah, but I mean, unless you get. Oh, we didn't answer Corey's question.
Not at all.
We started talking about Jerome Bettis.
I do. I think I really do enjoy the Penguin, and from what
Mike,
I've
you don't
seen
get
of
a
him,
vote. You haven't seen this.
I do
Mike-
get a vote.
Mike, from what I've gathered tonight, you've seen 2 or 3 episodes of
I've seen a
70
couple.
some episodes.
I
series.
remember like 2 or 3, but I've seen a couple.
Yeah, luckily I brought a few up at the end because Mike saw all those.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like,
Oh,
hey.
wait, I've seen these 2. Mike, we already know your answer is the Mad Hatter.
No, I think that character has a lot of like good potential to be like a really like.
Are you
crazy
just a fan
villain.
of like Lewis Carroll in general, or?
Who? What?
Oh,
Anyway, I'd probably say the Riddler, just because he's not in many episodes, but every time he makes an appearance, they're always really fun. You know,
He's only in like 4
Yeah.
episodes, right?
yeah, he always puts Batman through the mental gauntlet. You know, like you saw with the Batman, you see the detective side. He makes them answer riddles, go through mazes, do these puzzles. So I always have a good time with that dynamic. And then I like Two-Face as well, just because they're like former friends.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, probably those 2.
Doug, you have one?
I mean, other than like for this series in particular, the obvious is Mr. Freeze, but I'm also a big fan of the portrayal of Clayface.
Oh yeah,
Those 2 characters in this series are like just as good. Like I like just as much as the Joker. pretty
hell
much.
yeah. And quick side note, not Heart of Ice, that's the first one, but the next time you see Mr. Freeze, Deep Freeze, his goal along with this other guy is to freeze the entire world, to freeze Gotham and the entire world. You know who did that, right? Batman and Robin.
And anyway, so back to what I was saying. Something you actually want to hear.
In tonight's forecast, fuck Adrian.
Just, I know you didn't ask this, but my least favorite character in the animated series is probably Killer Croc.
Yeah, throw a
Throw
rock
a rock
at him.
this man.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably worse like background characters, but of the main like villains, yeah, he's probably the worst one.
He's fine.
It's fine.
Mike, of the 3 episodes you are aware of, who's your favorite villain that isn't the Joker?
I said that. I like the Penguin.
Hey, let's
Okay.
hang on.
Mine is Clayface, and it's this show is specifically why I want Clayface in a movie so bad. Because if they do him anywhere near as good as they did him in, like they could even get Ron Perlman to play him, he'd do it.
Yeah, actually, I think that would be fitting.
Yeah, Jim Carrey
The
basically, Jim Carrey centered his career around Clayface, the man of a million faces. But
So
then
Jim Carrey could do it.
Yeah, Jim. But then Clayface got horribly disfigured, and then took this experimental shit that fucked him up, and then got overdosed on it because they poured it down his
Isn't that
throat.
just? Wait, we're still talking about Jim Carrey, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh wait, I thought we were talking about Madonna.
So join us next week when we do the Madonna musician spotlight.
But anyways, Batman in all forms is amazing, and there was only ever one Dark Knight, and rest in peace.
All right, Corey, now close it up.
Yeah, I don't know where to go from there.
Now that we let Doug get that out of his system.
Adrian, you got anything to plug?
Yeah, to see actually, wait, I do have a couple Batman videos. I got nothing about the animated series, but if you go back last year, I ranked all the Batman movies. Batman and Robin was number 1.
And he hasn't put a video out since.
And I haven't done a video since then. If you want to see my runner-ups for the worst movies of 2022, I do
Check
have
them
that
out in
up.
2025.
Check them out in 2025. I do have those up right now. I'll have the other ones up some point this year. You can check out all that. Check out my backlog of my videos on Baker Reviews, youtube.com/Baker Reviews.
Baker Reviews.
Thank you, Mike.
And if you want to come over on the social medias and talk about Kevin Conroy, fuck it, or what 90s shows inspired you when you were a kid, or were you even born yet?
And if you weren't, did you watch them anyway?
Just come on over to Facebook. It's Culture Shock Podcast. Instagram, it's Culture Shock 21. And on Twitter, where I do most of my work, it's CS Podcast 21.
Rate and review us 5 stars. Makes a huge difference. If you enjoy this shit show, give us 5 stars. Give us a review. Tell us what you like about the show. Tell us what you hate, Doug. And thank you very much.
I mean, yeah. Even if you didn't enjoy the shit show, still give us 5 stars.
Yeah,
Give me it.
Chandler said it best when he said, "Give me it." Well, that's going to do it from all of us here at Culture Shock. Thanks for listening.
I hate when he does that.